We have all of our menus built, we have all of our tracks in here, we have buttons made and targets and end jumps set. And we just want to make sure everything's good to go before we burn our disk. So we're going to simulate. We go straight to play movie there, just like we want to when the menu starts. I have a 5-second slug on here, so we'll just need to wait. And I'm just going in and testing and make sure everything works right, including our end jumps. Now, what we want to do instead of just hitting stop and going back to the menu, we want to make sure our end jump is working accordingly. So I'm just going to jump to the end of the movie there, and you'll see that when the movie's done playing and it comes back to the menu, it's going to highlight the button next to bonus features, which is what I wanted it to do. Go to the main menu, and back to the main menu button is highlighted, so we'll just select that, and it defaults to highlighting next to play movie. Let's go back to the bonus features here. Let's test our teaser trailer. I'm just going to jump to the end, and it highlights our bloopers like we wanted. Okay, we'll jump to the end. It highlights our storyboard to screen. And that's working. We'll jump to the end. I left this button big to show you some things about buttons. We'll get to that in a minute, but I'm going to test the button link. It goes straight to our contact screen. Our main menu button goes back to the main menu, and it highlights play movie. So everything's working the way we set it up to work with our targets and end jumps. Let's talk about these buttons. So I left our contact button a little inconsistent from the rest, and I'm just going to show you how to make things a little more consistent, a little easier than eyeballing everything. You don't want to drag all the corners and try and make it perfect. You pull your hair out doing that. So if you just select a button that looks pretty good, go into the Advanced tab down here. You'll see at the bottom we have coordinates and size. So these 4 numbers are the XY coordinates for our button's placement on the menu screen, and then we have the height and width, the actual size of our button, and I like the way the 22 pixel by 22 pixel looked on the screen, so I'm going to select our contact button. In the Advanced tab, I'm just going to go in here and change these 22 by 22. You'll just need to click it to get it to go to the right size. Now I'm just using my left and right arrows to move this over. I'm going to eyeball this. Perfect is the enemy of good. I'm not going to worry about having it absolutely perfect. That looks pretty good. Actually, I'm going to move it down a little bit. And now all of our buttons are consistent on all of our screens. The other thing that you can change button-wise is just what the buttons kind of look like. Right now my buttons are white when a menu item is selected as we toggle down on this simulator. Here, I'll show you here. See how it's white, but when I click on it, it's going to turn yellow for a second. It means I've selected that. And I'll actually show you again here. It's white when it's active, it's yellow when it's selected. And those are set here on this color tab right next to Advanced. And you can just hit the drop down box and make some other selections, but I'm happy with the default of white and yellow as you see here. Now when you're ready to burn your disk, just go ahead and pop a disk into your computer and click burn disk, and hopefully an error message will occur and I can show you how to fix that. As my Finder opens here. La la la. Oh, I'm just going to go ahead and hit it. So hit burn disk. Of course it's still thinking, it's going to work, darn it. What I'm going to show you though is if you're switching back and forth between making standard def DVDs and HD DVDs, your video TS folders can get a little confused when it goes to burn. If you get an error message that says your disk can't burn because your build folder contains a video TS folder, all you need to do is go into wherever you're saving all of your project files, and in my case I'm saving all of my project files on my hard drive that coordinates with this film. We talked about this in the first video. And all of my build folders are listed here. So we have our HV, DVD, TS folder, and that's because I made a high def video folder, and I had high def selected in my project here. Now, if I want to go back and make some standard def DVDs because some of my cast and crew members don't have HD capabilities, I might need to delete this folder so that it can create a standard def TS folder for the video. And all you need to do is just drag this folder into the trash can. You're not going to lose anything, nothing pertinent is saved here, and it'll just rebuild all that information before it makes your folder. So if you run into that error message, that's what happened. If you get an error message that coordinates with your, and I probably can't go into there now. Yeah. If it says that your build folder is in the wrong location, that's the red text I was talking about in the first video that I made, where you just need to go into the DVD Studio Pro preferences, over to one of the last tabs to just repoint all of your build folders to your hard drive, or relink them. If your hard drive crashed and you're redoing this, you'll need to just simply relink all of your video. But those are all of the troubleshooting elements I can think of off the top of my head that you might run into. And I hope you enjoyed the tutorials and go and make something.